We'd like to welcome you to this presentation of the Church Financial Report. It's important that as a Christian organization, you should be able to also be accountable financially for what you do. We have members who are contributing to this institution. We have members who are dedicated in paying the tithe, offering, and other special givings to the church. So it's important that we always make our financial report to explain some training issue as it relates to the church finance. So I'm going to take you through this presentation. I'm the Comparative Brown Jr. I would say the administrator, financial head of finance of this church, supported by my chief financial officer, Otelo Jordan Long, and Ami who is the treasury, Sharif, finance assistant, Leo, and the finance assistant that help to compile this report. So this presentation, we're going to be looking at a few things in terms of our revenue streams, tithe, offering, special seeds, and other givings. These are all terms as the revenue resources or the revenue sources for the church. So as you can see from the presentation, our biggest part comes from the top, which is of no excitement to us because we know that that's where most of our funds come from. But we are also looking at other factors like the offerings, raising up to 19.2%. We also have other income from the children church, income from paid-in project that have also contributed income from revival service, making 2.1% income from other mission offering. Those are our revenue sources of this ministry. So you can see in the month of April, all right, and the month of September, so our revenue was lower than our expenses. So there are two tricky issues we look at, and it is important to also know that yes, it could be because at this point in time there are a lot of activities going on. Well, those activities are not linked to financial or finance generation. So we pay into school fees for kids. We support our weddings. We support family funerals and have other related issues. So that could be why you see at this point in time, the two separate times in a year, you find that our expenditure appears to be more than what we receive. So you can also see there's another view of it where there's a little steepness jump. But on the overall, you can see that we see our revenue is growing. We try as much to reduce on what we spend on, and we have a strategy now to have the various groups. There's always the women department or and men department, youth department, all to do internal collection to help with the process, which help to reduce the church spending extra money into these separate accelerated programs. So this is the table, this is the statistics as per month. So you can see we consider everything 100% collection. We don't project what we collect. All right, we have not reached that level yet. But you can see collection variable in USD, income in USD. So on overall, we are 9% in generation, 11% in February, March 10%, August another 10%. So you can see where the expenditure a little bit more than the income. So almost like 18% for what we spend more in April, and then we have other locations there. So you can see how the church expenses went. So you also see from this presentation that we also show a display of exactly our 100% collection and then what we spent on 100% collection, all right, and what was left balance. So we spent close to 73% of what we received, and then what we have cash on hand end of the cash balance for the period of 2025 is about 36%, which when you convert it into value, is something that the church can start a new year with. Now, we also want to encourage church members in terms of financial growth that every employed member should pay tithe. Every business member, if you have a business, you should also pay tithe. We want to encourage every church member to prioritize your offering and contribute to the department's project, contribute to the church project. We're encouraging you to have your tithe book. Please talk to Sharif, talk to Leo, Brother Johnny Loans, even Pastor Cisco, and the minister of the church can help you to get a tithe book. We also want to recommend this action. So to help improve our financial system, we're conducting several trainings in financial modeling for the church. We'll also be looking at some of our financial workbook training, teaching more advanced Excel to the team. We want to make it a cloud-based. We want to have a place online so it can help us easily track and share with all the leadership. Our monthly report once it's online. We want to ensure timely delivery of tithe that just in the church work. You always want to easily bring your tithe and bring your offering. Nobody will have to force you to do it because what your money is, that way your heart would be. You treasure the church. And Proverbs 29:10 says, honor the Lord with your wealth and with the first fruits of all your produce. Then your barns will be filled with plenty and your fats will overflow with wine. This connects honoring God with financial generosity. So God wants us to also honor Him with financial generosity, even our first fruits of all our produce. This again encouraging our members and motivating you all to bring your wealth to the church. God will multiply it. God will increase you. God will expand your coast. God will expand your territory. Once you give to the Lord, so that one who gave to the Lord, he never lacks. In Luke 6:38, they gave and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over will be put into your lap. For the same measure you use it, it will be measured back to you. For reference, for the same measure you gave, it shall be given back to you. So when you give it, don't worry. God's going to give it back to you. So I want to say thanks to all that have contributed to this exercise. We trying to make the church financial system better. This is one of our first podcasts we are doing on the church financial system just to give our members some better understanding about how our financial trends go over the year and how we intend to improve it. So that we promise that there'll be several workshops, there'll be several meetings. We want to ensure that our finances becomes real time in reporting, that we cannot be lacking when it comes to reporting our finances and putting it on time. This year, we want to move on to have a more budgeted projected budget projection, a more budget that will help us to forecast better, help us to reduce that wasteful spending, right, and to focus on generating funds, thinking about the avenues that funds can be generated for the Church of God. I want to say thank you. I'm your